of Agriculture and Fisheries. We have had a couple and a series of discussions and events revolving around five main themes where we have been deliberating, including interventions for agricultural resilience and competitiveness. We have had a thematic area discussing digitized agriculture extension and advisory services. We have had discussions revolving around a pillar on public programs and projects. And we have also been discussing many issues around youth and women opportunities around agriculture extension and advisory services, and business development and the like. Chief guest tonight, this being the first National Agriculture Extension Week, it is not the first event that the actors in agriculture extension and advisory services are organizing. We have always had annual agriculture extension events to deliberate and reflect through our agricultural extension services for promotion and support of efficient and effectiveness of the services that the farmers require the most, that is the agriculture extension services. Leaving that aside, this event has been coupled with many opportunities, including, among others, dialogues with farmers, sharing experiences with some people from Karamoja, some people from Boyikwe, Mukono, interacting and sharing different views regarding the opportunities available for agriculture extension. It was a good networking event, and it has been an event culminating into a lot of learnings, reflections, and recommendations coming from the key stakeholders from the agriculture sector. We had field visits from 4 main areas as I come to conclude from what has been happening around. We had field visits on urban farms. We had most of our participants visit Chakwa Farm at Dr. KABIRA's farm along Entebbe Road, and several lessons were picked and learned in regard to urban farming. We also had a farm visit to Kayunga, where we had best experiences around farmer field schools, good approaches to agriculture extension and that area. And we also had some of our participants making a field visit to Mityana, and they were visiting different farmer groups and farmer cooperatives in Mityana. And of course, we had an official opening ceremony, which was officiated by one of your representatives whom you sent us, which also was very successful with several reflections and connecting the dots. So last night, we had a dinner, which was awarding the good efforts of the key stakeholders that are supporting agriculture extension services in this country. So it ended well with several contributors to strengthening agriculture extension system, and it is a culture that we believe as the ministry, if we embrace awarding good practices in agriculture extension, it will give us good mileage. Chief guests, members here, and from the different events we have had, including the side events, they have come up with different recommendations that one of our colleagues, before we leave here, they will be coming to share those reflections that can help us move further. So I thought I would take us through that quickly, but chief guests, we are very, very glad that you are here. So I'd like to request the tech team to project briefly our program, and I would like to invite my co-facilitator, to come forward, and we take through the next step. But we can have an interlude in the meantime of the videos that we have had and the few highlights as we organize to proceed. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. Just in a minute or two as we take a breath with our chief guest, and then we'll be connecting the dots. My name is Prudence Aijuka, and I work as a board member for Uganda Forum for Agricultural Advisory Services, and I work with Uganda National Farmers Federation as a policy research manager. Thank you so much. Enjoy the interlude. Yeah, thank you for that interlude. So I would like us to run quickly to our closing bit of our session. And at this point, I'd like to ask my co-facilitator to come and take us through the call to action in summary, and then we will have brief remarks from UFA's board chair, who will welcome our chief guest. We will have 1 minute brief from one of our key partners, that is USAID, Feed the Future Institutional System Strengthening Activity. And then we'll have final remarks from our commissioner from Ministry of Agriculture, who will lead us to inviting our chief guest to officiate at the closing ceremony of the first National Agricultural Extension Week. So, Dr. Miro, you're welcome. Please take the floor.
Honorable Minister, sir, as UFAS, we are very pleased to have you to officiate this event. My name is Dr. Richard Miro. I work in the Department of Extension and Innovation Studies at Makerere University, but also serve as the Vice Chair of the Uganda Forum for Agricultural Advisory Services. As the tech team connects, just want to say, sir, that over the last 3 days, UFAS, through this National Agricultural Extension Week 2023, has brought together between 400, actually 12,000 participants. In fact, I would call them your cadres out there. who are supporting you there and wanting you to succeed. So these have come from the public sector. Over 40 districts are represented. The private sector and agri-SMEs, civil society, farm organizations who are involved in extension service provision. We've shared with you, sir, our theme. But I want to reiterate it for you because I believe it resonates, or we believe it resonates with your own passion for the ministry. The theme, as I may say it again, was to unveil innovative, pluralistic agriculture extension and advisory service approaches that have helped your farmers to be resilient given the shocks we are experiencing, that have also helped them to be competitive, to be able to survive economically. What are those models that people out here, both in public and private, have been using? So we've been listening to these, celebrating good models, but also looking for areas that need to be improved. Next. As my colleague, Madame Ayevale here shared, we've had presentations, exhibitions, field trips, and through these, including discussions, hot, interesting discussions, UFAS, our guest of honor, brings all your stakeholders in extension to just enjoy an umbrella of uplifting each other, encouraging each other, as also sharing what's going on. So we've had serious deliberations and have made through the sub-themes, and have come up with the following points of action. Sorry, a little bit up. So as I indicated, your stakeholders, sir, whether directly under your ministry or private or civil society, we have discovered have innovative AES models. 2, these have generated a number of areas, however, that need to be strengthened and reinforced. And it is these areas of reinforcement for which, sir, we are proposing these points of action. They may not be exhaustive because, sir, our hope is to become one of your best allies in the AES landscape. This is UFAS. We want to be your best allies. We want to be available whenever you need us. But these are our proposals to you. Next, sir. Next, my tech person. So we recognize that Uganda has a Vision 2040, which wants to move our country from peasantry to middle class. Government also has strongly positioned the issue of agro-industrialization. That means the supply chain has to work efficiently. Farmers are going to be supplying. We are going to be making products to export and also to consume as our middle class grows. Secondly, sir, government has also reached out, and we are with them, in this one, that even the 39 poor people out there should be also supported to participate in the money economy. And they cannot do that beyond any other sector other than agriculture. So PDM, therefore, our Honorable Minister, is there to support those poor to engage in agribusiness. And beyond that, we know that also government is supporting large-scale commercial farmers and agri-SMEs to raise both food and income. Our guest of honor, sir, these 3 important areas require a functional extension system. And Honorable Kataike has been here making my 3rd bullet there, that all these require a functional extension system. I was thinking about leaving our president and saying, Mr. President, sir, from this day forward, do not work with any advisors. How shall he manage the country? Or don't work with intelligence. So, sir, extension are the advisors of farmers. Extension are the intelligence for the farmers. So we need a function extension system integrated with business development and support services, inclusive, climate smart, but also supported by a functional, well-regulated digital AES, because as you are aware, our Honorable Minister, so many people are innovating in digital extension, and I believe you agree and have seen that happen. But these also need to be regulated. We see, therefore, as UFAS, that we are going to partner with you to revamp your AES service providers, the extension service providers, with the new skills to fit right now in what we call the VUCAD world: vulnerable, uncertain, complex, ambiguous, that we are facing even in extension. Next slide. We also see a strengthened linkage with research, extension, and pharma, business, academia, private sector linkages. So this is our statement of action, Honorable Minister. That government, through MAIF, having put a strong enabling environment that has allowed many extension actors, number 4 there, and there are so many innovative models that are making a difference in terms of food security, climate resilience, and market participation. However, these efforts are so scattered. There are so many. Some areas are overreached, others are underreached. Pluralism has also bred multiple pockets of poor quality, unregulated AES, leaving farmers confused. It's like watching a screen with so many people trying, you know how they sell TVs in town, and this one is playing a movie, another one is news, so you wonder which one to focus on. So farmers have so many advisors. They don't know what to do. Even advisors on this now grow aloe vera, today grow Hass avocado, please. So we need regulation. Next slide. So we see a need, therefore, to harmonize, regulate, and ensure uniform distribution and accountable AES. With this, sir, UFAS is your best ally, I must reiterate, to support government to help in regulating AES in this country. We are seeking to be your accreditation body. We are seeking, therefore, that also the law should come, because we won't hold the stick without the law, sir. Because we need that enabling bill, which has been sleeping for now 6 years. UFAS, sir, wants to be your partner. UFAS, sir, is willing to visit you as many times as you want. We are not saying that we are just going to be regulatory. We are not going to be do the actual extension. You have enough players, but they need to be guided. With that, sir, we'd like to thank you for your audience and want to call back my co-facilitator to take us to the closing session. Thank you, all of you, for your audience.
Thank you so much, Dr. Miro, for being the mouthpiece of the participants present here. So without making any further ado, I would like to invite the UFAS board chairperson, Madam Adeline Muhewa, to come and welcome and close and in a few minutes to make our guests feel at home and at UFAS. And then she will be inviting one of our key partners, that is USAID, and we will be getting our colleague, Madam Connie Achayo, to take us through the closing with our minister present.
Thank you very much, our MC, Honorable Minister of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries, the Board and Management of Uganda Forum for Agriculture Advisory Services, the Board and Management of Africa Forum for Agriculture Advisory Services, development partners, MAIF and OWC, district local government representatives, non-state actors, farmers and farmer organizations, media. You are all very welcome to this event. Honorable Minister, my name is Adeline Muhewa, and I'm the current UFAS board chairperson. UFAS stands for Uganda Forum for Agriculture Advisory Services, and it comprises of over 315 members, paid up members, and over 15 institutions, which are also members of this body. This body came in part to be able to answer the cries of all the stakeholders, that is of the farmers, our clients, but also of the service providers who are meeting the needs and demands of the clients. We want to say that we are not only at production value chain, and across the value chain, there's a lot of advisory services taking place, there's a lot of extension that is supposed to take place, and we are there to be there and support this system and make sure that it is functional. There are many things that we discussed during this 3 days, but I'm cognizant that you have very little time with us. And therefore, we want to say we are committed to work with you. We are committed to be that body that will be able to accredit, that will be able to regulate and be able to harmonize the existing disarray that our vice chairperson has already said. The current system needs to be revamped, as he has already shared, so that it is effective. Many people here shared. We had chief administrative officers who were also of the cry that what is happening to the current extension system. And the answer is, unless we are able to have an accountability mechanism in place to be able to appraise, to be able to understand the mechanisms that are happening, we cannot go far with this current business as usual syndrome. So what we are saying, what the voices are coming out to say, is that the existence of the extension system is very relevant. It's viable. We are losing a lot due to inefficient handling of post-harvest, of production, fake drugs, all that has been said. But we are saying there is need for an accountability mechanism, an appraisal, so that we know who is delivering that, and we are there to deliver the effective and efficient system. Therefore, Honorable Minister, we seek your indulgence in this. And we are saying the current environment, even with the public sector, is still not yet there. We have the policies in place. But now, what is happening to the policies? The extension policy strategy is still underway. We need you to come in and be able to update it because it expired, and we need direction in that area. We also need to have the existing extension personnel equipped with skills, that is the skilling, but also equipped financing, because we are all aware that the extension grant has been scraped off. And we are saying, put us there, we will ensure that what that extension grant was supposed to do, will do. Because we will be your foot soldiers. We will be the body that does the accountability for the effects and the actions that are supposed to be there. Honorable Minister, I want to say that we are privileged that you have given us this time. It has not been very easy to work without you on our side. Your presence alone shows us that you are committed to the extension sector and you are ready to partner with us. Therefore, as I close, I want to re-echo the vice chairperson and say, yes, we have come. We are here. Let us work together. You will not regret having an effective system that is not functional. That is the cry of everyone. We need an effective and harmonious system that is bringing all these actors together so that we are able to produce and add value to the current agriculture system. Thank you very much, and I'll recall Mr. Kizito from ISSD to please come and have just 2 words as we get the minister to talk with us. Thank you again.
Thank you so much, Adeline. Honorable Minister and the management of UFAS and EFAS and every stakeholder present here. Good afternoon. My name is Kiza Kizito. I work with Feed the Future Uganda, institution and system strengthening activity. So we are proud to be part of this Uganda National Agricultural Extension Week, and we are happy about what UFAS is doing and about what other stakeholders are doing. I want to re-echo that we at Feed the Future institutional and system strengthening activity, we support vertical and horizontal linkages so that stakeholders can dialogue and can discuss issues affecting the agricultural sectors in Uganda and find solutions that can be able to address those challenges. So somebody mentioned about what is happening with the extension strategy, extension bill. Those discussions are good, and we are encouraging that if those are some of the things that the stakeholders want to do, Feed the Future institutional and system strengthening activity is willing to support and work with the stakeholders in this regard. Thank you so much, and may God bless you.
Thank you so much, KK, for the summary and the wrap-up. I don't know if Max, you have one word? As Connie is coming? Okay. Thank you.
Number two, Honorable Minister. The other day when we met, we also reminded ourselves of our previous friendship. For us, as AFAS, as a continental organization, we are learning a lot from Uganda. That should not be something I can hide. But as Ugandans, we also want to invest more in ensuring that Uganda is functioning so that when we talk from outside Uganda, Uganda is doing well. So with the team here, we want to assure you we worked very well with the UFAS and their members, and they can show the whole continent that extension can still deliver to the best of the farmer. So I want to assure you, Honorable Minister, on that. The last one, our own discussions have been, maybe we need to make extensions also model farmers. So in your own planning, we would put on your table, when you're doing the planning next time, each extension worker becomes a model farmer in their own so that they practice what they teach. You cannot teach what you can't practice. And that is the only appeal we can put to you, but we're also happy we can discuss later when you have time. We can come to your office. We appreciate you and we thank you for all the effort and every enabling environment that you have put under your leadership. And also as a farmer, we are happy to always learn from you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Max. Thank you. Honorable Minister, thank you for coming to be with us this afternoon. Honorable Sarah Kataike from OWC, thank you for being part of us. AFAS, I will give it to you in a moment. Thank you. Our partners, everyone here present, all the protocols observed. Thank you everyone for being here present. Honorable, we've been here for 4 days, and a lot has been said, like you've heard, Honorable. But one thing I want to emphasize here, sir, is that there has been a lot of exhibition of commitment and willingness to work towards extension and make a difference. Honorable, I pray you are here on Monday. The house here the space was not enough for people to sit. The room was full. participants really emphasized in lots of willingness to work with the ministry. They said we are not really there for them, but they want to be, they want us to be near them so that we can make a difference in the agricultural sector. The issues that they brought here, Honorable, I think there were others which were not brought forth, probably because of time. But I want to believe that when we work on the communique, we shall bring it over to your office, and then we see the issues that have come out as a result of the discussions, the side events, and, the passion that came out was great. So I want to thank the team that sat here to put pieces together, the partners that facilitated this activity. And I also, Honorable, I also request that next year, because we are changing this to an annual event, when we hold this activity next year, I pray that we see a lot more of the ministry coming on board and participating more than we have this time. As I'm talking here right now, pardon? There has been a number of commitments also, as you are aware, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, sir. That is true, sir. Thank you, sir. Because what came out of here were quite so pertinent, Honorable. We needed really to be here to listen to the farmers talk. We needed to be here to listen to all the partners who are here, share with us their experience, sir. But I pray that next year and the other year we'll be able to do better than we did today, sir. And thank you very much for sparing time to be here. Much as you are also very busy, please, sir, allow me to request Honorable Sarah to also come and say a word or so that, a few issues that we didn't bring out clearly can also come out in this. And we hope that you will endorse our communique when we are done hereafter. Thank you, Honorable.
Honorable Minister, development partners, people from academia, extension workers, innovators, our farmers, and everybody. Honorable Minister, I stand here with a multi-purpose hat. I am an extensionist, I'm a farmer, I'm a political leader. First and foremost, I want to appreciate you for giving us the time. I know at one time you are our best farmer in Uganda. So when we talk about issues of farming, you are one of us. I only want to assure you, since I wear all the hats, that there was good work in this room. Unfortunately, I've even enjoyed that space of being your neighbor. We have agreed slowly with the minister that we shall constitute a small team. He still has a few questions just to seek clarification. And I'm sure, I can't talk for him, but I'm sure he's there for us. On my part, like an observer, we cannot run away from the issues of agriculture extension, whether we like it or not. All programs of government as we speak now, PDM, 70% of those people are looking at us. So without wasting your dear space and time, I humbly invite you to come and address us. And we appreciate your support in advance. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for the great honor. You may take your seats. The ED of the African Forum for Agricultural Advisory Services for AFAS the board and management of the Uganda Forum for Agriculture Advisory Services, UFAS, the development partners present who supported this meeting. I was going to say Maif, but I will only say Connie, because there's no other Maif. Yes, Connie, the only one from Maif. And MD is present. The director from OWC, my sister, Honorable. The academia, the local governments, the NGOs, the farmers, the media, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon. First of all, I apologize that people from Maif are not here. And I think as you define the problem, that is the first point of the problem. Me, I don't think the problem is the farmer. The problem is that person trusted, hired by government to help educate the farmer, but who has no time for the farmer. So as you discuss the problems, be very clear, isn't it? Yes, be very clear. What is failing the public extension system? Per se is not money. It's really the attitude and the seriousness people attach to it, isn't it? Even if you wanted money, you can look for the money. Public resources world over, public resources which are channeled through the national budget will always be competed for by spending agencies, right? So each spending agency must justify where they need the resource. Yes. So, first of all, I want to thank you for dedicating time to discuss issues of extension in a professional way. I think we should clap for yourselves. My understanding of extension, generic understanding, it is precisely transferring knowledge to a farmer to be able to adopt best agronomical practices. If you asked me an exam, doctor, that's what I would write. I don't know what I would score, but that's I have not read it anyway, but that's what I think it's extension. You are extending knowledge to the person. It is from you, the one who knows, the professional, to the practitioner. Dr. Sentungwe, 3 weeks ago, I had a fight with the vets on Twitter. I almost called you to be the judge. And I still have a case against the vets. I want to present it professionally and we debate. This is the issue we had. It was a veterinary day. They were all happy for celebrating the World Vet Day. I normally communicate on Twitter. So I said, congratulations to the veterinary doctors, to the vet practitioners, and to the on-farm vets, in quotes, the farmers. Oh, I was bashed. This ignorant minister. How can you call the farmers vets on farm? That's why the antimicrobial resistance is high. See, because you have leaders who don't understand. Then I said, thank you so much. You are actually the most ignorant people. We fired each other. You know, then I said, first of all, my statement was in quotes. Isn't it? I did not claim to say a farmer is a vet. But I called that farmer a non-farm. And I said, I will write my thesis and go to defend it before professors. Yes. So I have told at the moon, I want a debate with veterinary people. I grew up seeing my father castrate his bulls. Up to now, it is only the age that is stopping him. My father, who has never gone to school, isn't that a vet function? Who are the administrators of all veterinary inputs? Are they not farmers? So, clearly the farmers have a role to play in the veterinary services value chain. They are not vets, but they are players. And that's where now the extension would target them. Yes. There's no way you can say poor administration of acaricides without targeting the farmer. Are there vets to be present at every kraal when they are spraying animals? Are there vets to be at every deep tank? So I said, fellow professionals, don't speak to yourselves.
in your own rooms and feel good. Pharmacology, pharmacovigilance, so what? It is the farmer to be vigilant about your pharmaceuticals, isn't it? So, and this leads me to extension. The problems of extension start from professionals knowing that it's not any other person's business to do the work. You know why Uganda AIDS Commission was not put under the Ministry of Health? They did Uganda AIDS Commission. It was never put under the Ministry of Health. It was put somewhere in the President's office. Why? They did not want to make the fight against HIV a medical issue only. Yes, it had to be made everyone's responsibility. So really, it's not that I have any issues. The only quarrel I have, the people in the government are not doing work. My youth people, they are not there. District people, they are also doing their things. The cows are crying. So, even when you go to the Ministry of Finance, I am not here to lament. Let's discuss the problems and we find a solution. If the bill you want us to table can punish the pharaohs, then I will sign it. I will really spearhead it. Yes. If that bill can punish these pharaohs, because remember the district extension staff are appointed by the district service commissions. When I'm in a cabinet or parliament, I am bashed as my... I don't know them. It is the Public Service Commission of Kamwenge, of Busia, of Gulu that sit and appoint X. They know their criteria. Okay, the best we can do as Maif and you, the partners, is maybe to standardize messaging. Standardize messaging. Yes. Why do we have farmers? Sentom knows this discussion, we had it before she left us. Why do we have farmers injecting antibiotics to the animals and in the evening they milk and take that's extension. That's an extension deficit with observance of withdrawal periods. So I will work with you. I am yearning. In our language it says, I need support. First of all, let's standardize messages. I had somebody from Uganda National Farmers Federation. Unfe had a good concept. Farmer to farmer. Do you still have it, madam? Farmer to farmer. Support a farmer, the best farmer, to teach the what? The other farmer. That's the recognition of the fact that we cannot achieve 100% extension delivered through the public service, the public extension. Yes. So UNFE was founded on the principle of farmer to farmer. They are best farmers who no longer need extension, who even employ their own. So this farmer can be a center of learning, a center of that was the model of NADS and other players. So I am ready to work with you. Even when that extension policy you hear, bring it here and we unpack it. It is vague. You bring it here. It is only English. Complying with NDP3. You look for a Goomba. You know a Goomba? You don't see the Goomba. It is only a fillet. You don't see it. Because a policy should cure. So where I am, Honorable Sarah, bring the team. Bring the team. We bring our own ministry people. We fight. Fighting is good. As long as you are fighting for the public interest. So in my view, number one, extension should help us to standardize messaging of advisory enterprise by enterprise across the value chain. Messaging. That's what you are complaining, Madam ED. Everybody does whatever they want. For example, you hear people telling, in a neck of coffee, you will get 25 million. Another one will tell you 50. Another one will tell you, nobody tells you that in a neck of coffee, okay, if you fully apply these inputs, you get this. Without fully applying the inputs, you range between this and this. So that should come out. Okay? So messaging is number one. Number two, just like the doctors take oath and can be held personally liable for killing the life of a patient out of negligence. What should we do to you, the agricultural scientist or vet or fisheries, who has been trusted, isn't it, to help farmers and you don't help them? Then we should also hold you accountable. If the bill brings up that, I support it. Yes. But if it is a bill to register farmers, to ask them to comply, that is the problem we have in government. People want bills to empower them, that for me, before I start an avocado garden, I should go and register with the commission. I will not support that, if that's what you want. That I don't support. We must have a law that gives us more responsibility to the farmer, not the farmer being more accountable to us. Yet he is there suffering alone. That's my quarrel. When you hear regulation in the government, it is to empower me in office to bring the mountain. Instead of the Moses going to the mountain is going there. Whom are we working for? The farmer, isn't it? There is a certain law I want to mention, but in that law, it says for a citizen to get a service, a certain special service. I'm refusing to mention because you know the organization. I don't want to mention it. They put it there that the elderly, they may not be able to be served at the sub-county. And please don't guess what I'm hiding. Now, so the law says that elderly can send a representative to get the service on his or her behalf only after getting permission from the executive director of agency X in Kampala. It is there. I don't want to mention it. Otherwise, the elderly cannot be served by the officer of that ED at the sub-county. Elderly from Rumino village wanting a service should first come to Kampala, Nakasero headquarters, Kororo na Muyenga, to look for the powerful ED of an agency. Please, in charge, Rumino sub-county, serve elder. Is that, and that's the law, sign and stamp. Sibia Garevi. No. Let's make the law that facilitates a farmer on how to get quality knowledge. Let's have the law that regulates messaging. Let's have a law that makes knowledge givers in the extension line accountable. Isn't it? Yes. If my cow dies in the hands of a vet, negligently, I want him or her to be sanctioned by the professional body of the vets. Yes. I would really want more. Of course, the government, we are in a struggle for resources. For me to speak and be listened to, that I need more extension staff to be recruited. You can see, even the little we had 39 billion scrapped. So, how will you do your vigilance of pharmaceuticals? How will you do disease control? How will you do? So it's a challenge. Fortunately, we are going to Chankwan's tomorrow. This is what I will take there. Yes. But when you say it, they will tell you useless. Even when you had it, what were the people doing? You get the point? Yes. People believe it is money to waste. It is money to be shared by the production teams at the districts. Yes. But of course, two wrongs don't make a right. We can't fail to provide for support to a noble function because of people who are not doing their work. So, as a private body, and also regulating you, the private sector indeed. If you are an organization communicating messaging that is contradictory, who holds you accountable? Who calls you out? Yeah, you are right. Yes. So, I am your ally to that extent because I want you to help me with my frustrations. Yes. People must understand that transferring knowledge is to educate. Yes. The way you educate a child from school and onwards. And that's what actually the president is an advocate of extension. You have heard him say okuzuksa. Okuzuksa. He has actually said that if farmers are awakened, educated, agriculture can employ 50 million Ugandans. And rightly so, because people have land. Look at the statistics. Our arable land is still virgin. We still have only not even 40% utilized. It's like 35% of arable land in Uganda is under effective cultivation. So that means we still have a lot of space for horizontal expansion. So how do you guide farmers? How do they even get services? So I really want to thank you for the people you have. And next time, Connie, let's not have this here. No. Let's go to Agwata. Let's go to Marana Stock Farm. Let's go to Ruvona. Last week we had a meeting with the dairy farmers and the processors. They wanted Lakeview. I said, Lakeview is not for the farmers. We went to Marana Stock Farm and we had a meeting there. Let's have these meetings in the Serere. Let's take this to Serere. Let's take this to Busia at the farm school institution. People come and drink the porridge or the milk from there. And then we hear the local people, the local farmers. Yes. To tell you whether they have ever seen a vet in their sub-county, a fisheries officer, or what. Yes. So I support regulation that supports development, not regulation for sanctions. Sanctions. You will kill the little that is there. All practitioners, all stakeholders can come under one framework. UNFAS, UNFE, Cooperative Alliance, the commodity associations. When you say the new cafe, the national something of coffee something. So those people know the best practices for that enterprise. So if you are developing the best standards, you need them. Benchmarking them. The fisheries organization, there is a national fisheries union. Yes, I know it. They had elections last year. I am sure now I hear there's macadamia people. These are farmers who are doing it on their own. Some are agriculturists professionally, some are not. Then there is the beef farmers. So we could bring all of these because extension cuts across, isn't it? Yes. So really, I want to thank you and thank you for those who put in money. But also to donors, I appeal to you one thing. There is also a weakness from the donors. When you bring a new project, you want to have a separate extension system with few people hired temporarily, and when the project closes, it ends there. You don't leave sustainable support in the existing people. What's wrong if you are working in a sub-county or a district to involve the already existing extension system, to empower them? If you have a pick, give them. If you have a training, give them. Because you will hire for your project 3 years. You will hire a new team. The project ends, the new team will end. So how shall we build the synergy that the madam was talking about if we don't realize that? The extension staff are already there of government. Unless if you are hiring people where they are non-existent. I know for sure we have sub-counties that are newly formed without extension staff. Big, huge vacuum. So, with those few remarks, friends, thank you for inviting me. I will be your ally. Once again, I apologize for our staff. I want to know the reason why they are not participating in this. I'll ask the PS. I'll write to them. But this is a serious issue. And if they are not ready, they will get other people. Maybe from you. So with those few remarks, I wish you well. And I want to end your meeting. Thank you.
So much, Honorable Minister. for those kind remarks. We'll have a group photo just here on the platform. So don't go far away, and we will close with the two anthems. Our choir mistress, Connie. Yes, we'll have the East African and then the Uganda, and we crown it well.
We are going to have the anthems.
Closed. Okay. Officially closed and closed and closed. But we'll keep engaging. We've not closed it up. So let's come for a group photo.
Ay Mungu tahoma utulinde,
Jumuiya
Afrika Mashariki, tuwezeshe kuishi kwa amani, tutimize na malengo yetu. Jumuiya yetu sote tuilinde, tuwajibike, tuimarike, umoja wetu, nguzo yetu, idumu jumuiya yetu. Oh, Uganda, may go tapo, thee we lay our future in thy hands. United, free, for liberty, together we'll always stand. Let's have a group picture here. We'll have a team sitting here, others will stand here, and the rest can be up here.
Group picture,
All right.
please.
Please.
And those of you who have received evaluation forms, please fill in. And those of you who haven't yet picked your reports, the notebooks, bags, and branded materials, please, you also pick them at the Secretariat desk. After this picture, we will have UFA's board with chief guests and other guests. And we crown our day. Lunch is already being served in the restaurant, so don't leave our lunch. Yes, and once the big drum speaks, all other drums silent. It has been closed. UFA's board with the chief guest as he goes. Yeah, thank you so much for being available, for being active, for engaging. And you see the fruits of our discussion are really energizing and re-energizing. Lunch is being served in our restaurant. So pick your lunch coupons from the administrative desk and enjoy your meal. We will have a board meeting reflection after lunch. So board members, please return immediately after your lunch.